Welcome everyone, it is me, Christopher, in ghostmutgaming, and that is a very strange intro, but basically, what a time to be alive. And yes indeed, that is you're alive again. So, as we discovered, wrong phrase, but whatever, in the last week, is that yes, I have begun streaming, and I'm going to try very hard to make this into a thing. That is to say, every Tuesday going forward is going to be stream day, unless there is some reason why I can't. And as I've talked about before, the biggest reason is going to be my wife working evening shifts, and luckily that doesn't happen very often, so we should be pretty good. And well, I decided to kick everything off with Citizensleeper, a game that I have played a bit before but never actually finished. So started a new playthrough, and we got, somewhere, I suppose. And well, we're gonna pick it up here today. Now, I did have a little bit of a snafu in the in my first stream, which is that you couldn't hear me talk. I'm pretty sure that I've made some changes in OBS, so that should now not be a problem. Now, the only question is anyone gonna actually join in? That is a different question. You know what? Since no one's actually here, I can just do a double check just to make sure that everything's working as I anticipate it to do. And I can do that if I just go into my phone. Yes, everything is working nicely. So basically, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens today, if people decide to join in or not. I was about to say, what does it look like the game isn't showing up? No, the game is showing up. No worries there. About to say, do I want to be... Meh. It's fine. You know what? No, I actually kinda want to have, if I do this is fine. There we go. I got it. This is how I kinda want to be. Well, basically, yes, we got everything going, and I have come about, well, I suppose it became around 2.5 hours or something or another. And one of the major things that we're doing is I've come to the point where I can do the side reel horizon, the sort of colony ship, as it says. Oh, colony ship, what a great game. Maybe I should play that again sometime. And when I did this the first time, or the only time that I've done it, I did not help out Lem to basically get his ticket. And I was very sad about that, because that was, that took me a bit by, by the throat, or by the heart, maybe I should say. And basically what we are going to want to try and focus on is babysitting Mina. Yes, she needs me, damn it, or Lem needs me to babysit her, I suppose. And luckily this is engage. I have leveled, if we leave here, I have gotten a few level ups, so I'm currently sitting at +1 for interface, endure, and engage, which is basically the opposite of what I would normally do, which is specifically engineer, which I really like. But getting bonuses on these is interesting. Interface is very interesting when it comes to the, what's it called? The I don't know, this is called something, I don't know. But basically that is a place where interface is good, and I think... which one? I don't know. There is one where you can get like bonus. The bonus is basically in here. When you do something, you can do basically either 1 or 3 instead of just 1, which is quite nice. Now, we're not going to be focusing on this thing right now. We don't need to, I think. I'm gonna say we don't need to. I am wondering, is the stream super behind? Because that is what it looks like. Or is that just in my window? I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose. Anyway, I have some dice. We are looking a little bit shabby here, but I do have a stabilizer, so we can get that up. But we're not going to do that immediately. We're going to wait at least 3 more cycles, or where we only have 3 dice. We're going to try to be, you know, a little bit efficient, if you would. So, lemon minus unit. I am good at this, so we can shove that in. There is a possibility of a negative outcome. I don't know. No, right, this is a safe one. So even if we get a negative outcome, nothing bad actually happens. It's just that we can get positive results that make everything go better. So let's work a little bit on that. We'll get a negative, so that basically just means that this goes up a 1, and I also actually get energy. I'm going to try a 2, which comes up to a 3, which is the same as the 4, and we get... I've been very unlucky. I had a lot of negative ones in the last episode. I don't know why I'm being so unlucky. Now I have a 6, which I don't know if I want to use there. I'm also working on the... What are we doing here? Is this for getting him more money? I do believe so. How much money do I have? 30? Not much. We should probably work a bit. Now, I've been doing good work in the overlook bar. Now, right, we're building the still. I should probably just do this. I have never done this, so I have no idea what the hell is going on here. That'll be interesting to note, or see what's happening. But we're gonna get a 100% positive thing here. So let's see what that means. So I get money? No, literally just... Oh, bloody hell. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... It's a 6. 12. That is a... For the love of God, this is going to take forever. Okay, I should have done a bar shift instead. Okay, never mind that. The good thing about this one, I think, is that we are not on a timer here. This can be done whenever the hell we feel like it. As long as we don't, and this is what I did the first time, which is to finish this one. And, well, I'm probably doing that too. Just we're gonna help Lem first. He is the one that needs to do it the most, so to speak. He needs to go with the meetup and make money, basically. So we're gonna end the cycle. We're not gonna do the stabilizer just yet. It's not necessary right now. So let's see if we have some form of event. Not really. Good dice, though. Thank you for that. That means that we ought to actually be able to do this. How my food is fine, if not spectacular. Let's see, can I get something that isn't negative? Please, for the love of God, thank you. So 1 on ticket, or rather on the ticket out. I'm just gonna do this. It's gonna be 100% positive, which hopefully means we get both of these. It did indeed. So there we go. We have now helped Lem out. And he comes back home from a work shift. She's asleep, creeping back out of his tiny bedroom. Well, okay, maybe he already was in there, I suppose. You're perched at a thin bar in the main room. The slate in front of you still glowed with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along the edge. The tall one is you. I suppose I am tall, maybe. Drink, asks Lem. Sure thing. I shall always have a drink. Can't get you drunk, but, you know, still, it's a drink. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers and sits down with you at the bar. Yes, a bar. Well, okay, he's doing quite all right for himself still. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. I'm in the assembly team on the side reel. Good job! I knew it! Do I be like overly... No, I'm not gonna be like overly enthusiastic. That's not my character. Knew it is what we'll say. And you did get their first friend, I'll give you that. Seriously though, couldn't have done it without you. Keeping an eye on little Meanie back here. And yes, a little bit uncomfortable, apparently. How's the girl doing, Sleeper? Haven't seen much of her these past cycles. Well, you know... Oh, maybe don't make him feel bad about working. That's that's a little bit mean. A little tricky, doing great. You know what? We're gonna make sure that he. Oh, you know what? No, a little tricky because it's Meanie. Okay, so of course a little bit tricky. Well, she can be tricky like that. She can close you out in a second. She's a stubborn one. Well, that'll serve her well, I think. His eye drifts to the bedroom. I mean, how about you, Lem? Are you cool? You know, also can't take all the credit from Mina. She actually isn't mine. Ooh, okay. Did you steal Mina? Lem, bad man. I put her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after the Solheim collapse, surviving on next to nothing. Okay, fine. You're a good person still, I suppose. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on the compressed halfway here. Everyone's spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. Oh, bloody hell. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let her go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. Still not sure why. That is okay. Yeah, why would you care? I don't know. He reaches us over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims to the collapse. Once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us stopped here. Okay. Well, what about her family? Supposedly she had some somewhere. The ones on the shuttle were dead when we arrived. Wasn't many cycles later when the colony fell too. I didn't dare take her to another group even. And, well, at least that's how I justify it. She's never gonna really know, I suppose. Well, okay, fine, when she grows up, I suppose, yes. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? Decided we'll sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? Well, you know what? She'll manage in the end, I do believe. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. That is also true, yes. So this is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now, both of us with a chance. Yes, exactly. Together, not really. I mean, I like you, Lamb, but it's not like it's you and me. So yes, exactly. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. I think I drank this too fast. Oh, bloody hell. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. Well, you know what? I should probably get some shut-eye too. Alright then. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it from both of us. Pats me on the shoulder and I slip out in the dark hallway. Indeed. I like that, and that has also given me a point. Now I can start saving up points. I only have one. I can start saving up on these. And Roman, hello. Let me know how far behind I am, because it kind of looks like I'm super far behind. I really hope I'm not. We'll see. But hi, welcome. I could see myself starting saving up to these, because it's good. I also could see myself not having a negative one on into it. Just as I don't need to, like, make engineer an Intuit better, but just not having the -1 to know that if I have a 6, I do know that I can get a guaranteed positive outcome. Yeah, you know what, we're gonna grab that. I actually feel smart. But then I do believe that we are gonna start working our way up towards level 2 here, and indeed you can also get up to +2 eventually. So, right. That's good that I did that. Now I do need some money. So no, we're not gonna work on the still. We're gonna put on a shift, damn it, and hopefully get a bonus thingamabob. Neutral 13. Okay, well, it is what it is. We still have at least is it just one cycle more? I don't know what happens if I don't have the money. Well, if I don't have the money, I don't have the money. It's not like I can do much. Right, XCOM Apocalypse. Did I say that right? Apocalypse, yes. You know what? I really liked playing that game. It is gaining some traction lately on the channel, which is cool. But part of me also doesn't like it because it was one of my absolute first series where I was very, very green in the whole doing YouTube stuff. So I both like the people enjoy watching it, but I would really like to kind of make a new one. I have been thinking about making a second series of that game, but I have a plan for a thing that is really, really difficult, and I think I need to practice, and I haven't really gotten the time to practice, but I would really like to have a second series of the game. Basically the same as I did with Sim Golf, doing a second playthrough on that one. Yeah. Happy that you're looking into that. I like it. Right, let's end our cycle here. Yes, Season 2 would be great. The plan that I have is... it's not a good plan, but it could be very interesting if I pull it off. But it's basically such a plan that I don't think playing on Superhuman is even really advisable. But we'll see eventually. I have sadly a little bit too many things planned out here to get into that right now. But eventually, maybe. Anyway, what should my focus be? Well, you're gonna want money. How much did he want? Was it like 50 or 60 or something? Maybe 50 or 60? I think I ought to take at least one shift. See if I can be a little bit lucky here. Get the bonus maybe? Yes, there we go, 50. 61. You know what, I'm gonna say it's enough, and if I don't have enough, we'll screw Ethan basically. So, the compressor is quiet today. Usual crowd are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers. Lovely. He's in the same stool, the same pool of light. He's at his low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Oh. Can I just... You know what? No, we're not backing away. I play a character who's supposedly going to be a little bit like hands-on, a little bit tough. So, you know what? Hey, Ethan, can I just go up to the bar, like slam his head into the counter or something? Anyway, Sleeper, time to pay up again. Come here, take their chits. Okay. You know what, Ethan? No mas. No mas. See, Ethan doesn't even look up at you. He props his elbow on the bar and hosts his head. Sleeper, it's been a long cycle. How can you be basic or do nothing? You're just waiting for me to give you money. So, you know what? Enough. Let's be on the attack here a bit. Ethan has a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms. You are right, this isn't fun anymore. And then he reaches for his gun. Lovely. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Well, that's a good opportunity. Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Butterfingers, says Ethan. Puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back if you would. Oh, Ethan, you don't know me that well, do you? After all, the partner looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. So obviously we're not giving him the gun. We're pointing it straight back at him. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. See, the bartender knows me. I hope. Well, I haven't really been here, but let's say that he does. Oh, he turns on the stool. Oh, Sleeper, this is more like it. Pull the trigger. I mean, while I might be the kind of guy who gets shit done, do I kill people because of that? That may or may not come back and haunt me just a little bit, maybe. What do you want, Ethan? You hold the gun steady, training it on his head. Ethan smiles, like the dog that caught the car. The dog that caught the car? Ah, right, like the euphemism that when the dog actually gets to the car, he doesn't know what the hell to do. Gotcha. I'm not sure they know what to do with it. Well, okay, fine, he literally said it. Alright, well, nice meeting you too, Roman. Happy to have you. And you know what, fine, I totally understand that this might not be everyone's cup of tea, and I will say I started out with something that, you know, was a bit chill, not too hectic in case I needed to like do things, and there will be absolutely other kinds of games. I already think I know which game I want to follow up with after this is done, and also this is not a long game, so don't expect like too many streams to be of this game, but I do want to finish it. That is something I do want to, so hopefully you'll be back, and yes indeed, if you just want to keep it on in the background for some lovely ambience, totally fine with me too. Thank you for watching. Right, we should keep waiting and see what he does. So keep the gun on Ethan. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, grabs the gun, slam it back into your face in a single move. Bloody hell, I probably should have waited more. Stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. It hits a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. In the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. Bloody hell, he hit me hard, huh? He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. Crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face closed, his breath heavy with the drink. SNRP just screwed me. They cancelled the contract. Well, then we both hate SNRP together. Yes, let's be friends. He stands up. They cancelled the contract, he shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. Stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pain. You hear a clicking sound like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. Ethan. Come on, man. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away toward the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. What about the gun? Can I have the gun, please? After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. And then he's gone, but Ethan's vendetta has now kicked off, so Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him, and we have 8 cycles until that happens. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, let me just, yeah, I do need some Yadigan data, that's true. Can we find some Yadigan data that I can actually do? Nope. 1 and 3, I have 2. That is the incorrect one. Havenosh. Ooh. Bit unlucky here. Was that a different one? Was that a different one, or was it this? Oh, bloody. You have a keynote. Ooh, Yadigan. Yes, Yadigan. 2. 1 and 3. Alright then. Well, we're not doing that in this cycle then. We also have the trouser, but that's like upright. And then we have the gap, yes. What was this one? I just want to check. So, right, enter the spoke, or scale the spoke. Tangy network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke as if it were high. There are no maps here. Or blistered with precarious elevators and stairways. The spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. I'm good at that, but I do also have a 6. And I think I scaled it when I did this the last time. I kind of want to do this one, and I don't have the minus on the into it, so okay, we're gonna chill with that one for now. We had a unit, yes. Do we have anything else in the low end? Right, what do we have here? Right, we have just block maintenance and play Tavla to make money, which is both engineer and intuit, and the 2 things that I'm not particularly good at. Oh, Roman, thank you for a little bit of a thing. Here's a little incentive to keep it going, plus have premium, so we'll be getting a bit from that too. Thank you so very much. I have no idea what the hell that is. Wait. How can I tell what kind of currency that is? Oh, bloody hell, I don't think I've ever seen that. How can I tell that? Oh, that is the thing that I need to learn. Doesn't it also say anywhere? Wait, hold on. Why doesn't it say which currency that is? Israel. Gotcha. Ooh. So which one is that? Oh, what is that called? I should know what that currency is. But I'm blanking. Can't say I need to know that a whole lot. New shekel also. Also new shekel, okay. So like new yen. The new shekel. Cool. Thank you so very, very, very much. That is very appreciative. And yes, it does indeed keep me going, knowing that people actually do enjoy what I do. That is very, very true. So thank you again. Very, very appreciated. Right. We don't need to do anything there. The water exchange we don't need to do there. What do we do? Can I buy... Yes, 100, right, that's true. I have one, we don't need to do that right now. I think... I suppose we're just gonna keep on building on this still, because, like, it's another guaranteed. So we're gonna get another guarantee positive, that is. So we get another +2. I think I'm gonna try to do... It's a bit risky, and I've been very unlucky. Well, only 2, really. C, negative, bloody hell. But I got the money. I also only lost a little bit of energy, which is fine. That is 100% fine. Right, let's end this cycle. One more cycle without the stabilizer. And after stabilizer, rather after the cycle, we will be popping the stabilizer. Also didn't have to pay Ethan any money, so that's nice, which means that, oh, well, you know what, not bad, we can get the Yadagan stuff. Which means that the money that I have can actually go towards a new stabilizer. But yes, we actually got kind of what we want. Oh, bloody, not that far away. Yadagan here with a 1 and a 3, get the 1. Did I need more than 2? Hold on. Let me just check. Was it 2? 3. Well, I mean, maybe there is one that is for 2 now. Not really. Go bypass that. Leave that, and I have a Havenosh. I don't even have another Yadagon. That was Havenosh. That is Keynode. What do we do with Keynodes, by the way? Can I do anything? Ah, right, it's just for keys. Should have remembered. But okay, so we need to come back to that. I am gonna pull in another shift, hopefully not negative on this occasion. Thank you, neutral. We're not gonna do anything about that either. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna pop in a stabilizer, max out that so we can get full up on that. The body has been repaired, lovely. And the cycle. We're gonna have to do some, obviously, energy stuff here. I do have the money for it, so that's fine. I'm starving, which is very, very bad. But we have some very, very nice selection of dice. I'm gonna go in here and just check first if there has been a change. Not a Havenosh. Yadagon, probably. Well, that's annoying. 2 and 4 is what I have. 1 and 3 is what I need. Why is it just 1 and 3? Give me something else, damn it. You're also gonna be 1 and 3, yeah. Because of course you are. Gonna trade a bloody dice. Okay. See, I'm really excited about getting the bloody still done. If I do that, that is a good one. I need to eat some. Do I get... Oh, I only get money for that. Which is fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use the 6 here to get the guaranteed plus, or guaranteed positive. Then we don't need a stabilizer obviously just yet. I think Emphis is still the best bet for this, right? How much should we get? I think it's 3 or 4. 3. That's fine. I don't need to become more of a Fungus fan than I already is. Thank you very much. That's absolutely fine. Ooh, we do have the scrap writer. I don't need to buy scrap. You want to yeah. No, I don't need money from here, I think. What is it I need? I mean, the thing is, I need right. I need a ship mine, and where was it that I could get? That was at the Ort Exchange. Yes, we damn it, I need to do this. I need to play the exchange. And I don't have a plus on into it, so we are gonna pop the 5 in there for a guaranteed not negative. We did get a positive. That's lovely. But yes, we need to do this so we can open up the ability to do ship mines, which is quite important in this game, not just for that one, but for many things. We have money for that, which is good. Now, interface but danger, so even if I do that, see, I don't like that. 2s are not really good. I could just do shifts to make more money. What is it that you want? Haggle over prices. Ooh. Engage in it is safe. What do we get here? It's just a bit of money. Ship mine fragment discount. That's a way to get a ship mined. See? Could have done that, and now I can't do that. Limited supply. Ooh. Did I need 1 or 2? Only needed 1, but if I actually managed to do that, we ought to indeed, because it was 60 otherwise, I think. Was that 60? I think it said 60 before it changed. You know what? You know what, that is, I think, something smart to do. And with that, we have a ship mine for you, guy. No, we don't. Sorry, ship mine fragment, never mind. Damn it. The ship mine fragments is important as well, but we do need to get the ore exchange thingamabob up and running. Right, let's put in a shift, see if I can be a little bit not unlucky, which would be the prime thing. I, of course, was unlucky. Still got a bit of money though, so that's fine. We don't need to boost that, we just need to go to bed. But now I don't have the money for another stabilizer, I need to remember that. That'll be fine, don't worry. And by the way, energy is this one, so I could indeed sunbathe, but I can't help but notice I have garden dice that I can use, presumably. Why doesn't it show what it is? It is Yaragon, but why doesn't it show? So let's spend the 1, obviously. Get the Yaragon data we need, and now we can do something with Sabine. The hunter is coming though, so hopefully I don't have to do a whole lot more in quite some time. But yes, data. We have the Yaragon stuff, so let's do this one. I know that we're like jumping a little bit back and forth here, but you know, when you get the stuff that you get, you just do stuff with it, damn it. Ripperworm, yes. So there we go, we have now hacked Yaragon, which is definitely going to go well for us. So as you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yaragon data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper, says someone. That's someone being Sabine. Weaker than before, and indeed. Hey Sabine. A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. It has to be short. I don't know if Yaragon are monitoring me. My voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yaragon agents, there is something in it I don't understand. And a shrill howl rattles through the signal. Bloody hell. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. Listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into their wetware interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. Is being broadcast. Okay, why the hell? Every Yaragon enforcer is equipped with the black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yaragon could have a mutiny on their hands, yeah? I would be quite pissed too. You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few seconds to pull this all together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my depth. Okay, who the hell is Yannick? You haven't talked about him before, or them. He's one of the heads of Yaragon. It is better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered. Panicked, I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. A sharp crack of disconnect. You step back from the terminal. What does Yadagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder. His mirrored teardrop implants sit below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? Okay, can I really trust Sabine though? Good question. And indeed, how the hell did you become the doctor of Yadagan in the first place? And yeah, they don't really seem to fit the bill as such. That look stays in your mind of her. Indeed, a recognition of me being a sleeper. And well, maybe I'm also being observed being here. That's true. So now we have just something that's gonna happen. By the way, can I get the bloody chat window in OBS to actually work, by the way? Is that a thing that can happen? It sits there, doesn't actually update, even if I refresh it. Okay, you know, no, never mind. I'll just sit with this. That's fine. Right, so we've done that. Word exchange is a thing that I should focus on. Because can I do this again? No, that is blocked for this sort of this time period. Next cycle, the ambergris is gonna be done. Very enticing. Also, this is not what I did, by the way. I did not do rewired drones when I did this the first time I did it. I did the hull repairs, which basically means that it can't go anywhere. But now it actually might be able to go somewhere. And hopefully she'll be happier with me for doing so. But yes, let's go back to the ort exchange. We are gonna... I could sell components. Do I suppose I can just do this instead of this. Do I have anything now I know I'm gonna need this for? Well, maybe creating shipmine fragments. I realize that is a thing, I think. Let's do a 5 here. Hopefully getting lucky. Yes, money and stuff. Now 2s are not good. No, we don't do 2s. 3s, you know what? Don't stress. Don't stress. We are in no hurry to get there. As for food, we do want to eat. So let's get some fungus going. Lovely, lovely fungus. There we go. Good. And I suppose it's again not a good idea to do this, because even with the +1, I don't want to be below 4, below 5 really. 5 and 6 is what I want for that, because it's dangerous. Can be really bad if something actually happens. That I don't need to do anything with. We're waiting for that. The seal dog, no, not right now. Can't buy stabilizer. Do I try this now? I just want to see how it works. If I now do, let's say this one, can be negative, that's true. I am lacking 2 slots. If I do this, and I get neutral. So it's not that one, it's just, okay. Right. What? I should know that it's energy. Energy. That's energy. Yes. Right. So I actually do. Okay. Good to know, I suppose. You know what? We're gonna attempt a few shifts at the bar. Hopefully not getting unlucky. Positive even. Good. The opposite of negative. And a neutral. See, that's good. Making buck. Right, so now we're gonna go to sleep, and the ambergris is gonna be ready, and I am very excited for that, because again, have not done that. I'm trying to test out some, you know, new things that I haven't done before. That is, oof. Wow, triple success, 666, indeed. Ambergris is done. Hello. Ankita, that's your name. Literally says there too. She's crouched by the computer coordinator ambergris. Swear to yourself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruin the core's connectors when they cut it. So a thick fistful of ragged wires, the ship might ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. Amateurs indeed. Okay, Who the hell took it? If I knew, do you think I'd be waiting around here rather than out there with my boot on their neck? Yadagan, some spacer crew, no way to know, but they got in with one of my crew's access chips. So they either killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Well, yes, most likely. I mean, he could have just dropped it. I mean, that is possible, but probably not. Akita climbs out of the cooling well where the shipmine should be in the space, suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as he stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. She's gonna need a ship mine too, isn't she? She leads you back through the guts of amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. Diagonal? Okay, sure. So what the hell do we do now then? Akira seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually, you arrive in the galley. Though it is hard to tell, most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components, welded hull patches. Akira shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. Well, there's nowhere around it. I need a new shipmine. Okay, well, what if I do that for you? I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ward exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? I'll not make a run of it. Yes, I probably will, but yeah, ship mites. We're gonna need a lot of ship mites in this game. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it. Well, I appreciate the time you put in on Amber, and I'm sure that she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you're screwing me on this, I will kill you. Well, thank you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. Get me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. Oh. Well, she's giving me money for it, so that's nice. You won't regret this. Well, look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley and head back towards the main lock, and as you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. Well, and I pat the animal. Starting to... oh, what's the word humans do with things when we sort of make them human themselves? It's what I'm doing right now. Well, fine. A ship, mind you say. I got 100 cash. That is very lovely. Now, isn't it very useful then that I got 3 6s, so the port exchange? Oh, you didn't even know what hit you. So there we go. Claim the exchange, become a trusted trader, and with that, we get to chat with someone, I think. Yes, port fabricator. Well, not chat with someone, but now I can do this. But I need 3, and I will have 2. So, how the hell do we do that? So that is just okay. So what happens if I do this? Let me just see. Is it just money? Do I not get anything else? Cryo scrap. Yeah. Okay. Nothing more than that. So how do I? How do I get fragments outside of this one? Because that's another 8 cycles until that comes back. That is another 8 cycles. How the hell can I get a ship my fragment at this point in time then? I don't know is the answer. Anything in here? Tavla block maintenance, but I don't... I mean, I could become a low ender. I think that's a thing that we can do. I shouldn't focus on that. By the way, how much was it to do that? 150. Yeah, see, we don't need to do that right now, but I do need to do that for Emphis and his mushroom thing, I think. Yeah, it has to be over there. It was, yes. So I'm feeling a little bit, if not stuck, then at least like, what the hell do I do? That is just deliver ship mine. That is also deliver ship mine. I need to wait for that. Can't get anything from here. What do I focus on then? I suppose I just do this then. No, not that one. Still. See what the hell we can do with that. If I just try out, it is risky, so something could happen when I fail. That is fine. We do the other 3 as well. And that is another neutral, which means that I can literally get it right here, right now. I'm doing fine on everything, so you know what, screw it. We're doing it. With those good rolls, let's max out the distillery. Cool. So, right. So what the hell do we get from that then? Can I start making money? That is what I'm hoping for. So, Tala, look at this. The Overlook Distillery in all its glory. Thank you. She squeezes my shoulders. Okay. Right. How did you get the ingredients? Or have you gotten the ingredients, maybe I should say. I think I got most of it covered between the food factories and the low end of the farm stacks on the Greenway. However, there is an issue. Okay, tell me. Well, Gyro, the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Gyro the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden color and earthy taste, and the alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Gyrol caps to make Gyrol, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founders Gap. I'm gonna have to spend some money on that, aren't I? However, I have an idea. We can grow our Gyrol caps here. Okay. Sure. Totally sure. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? Well, if it was easy, wouldn't people be doing it here already? They don't need light, they barely need soil. We can do this, or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Okay, well, yes, I do see where this is going. Okay, yes, I need a favor. Another one, I should say. You are the perfect person to get me those spores. Think about it. You built the still, you're great with plants. Am I? Okay. You know that I like the back of your hand, do I? You're thinking very highly of me right now. Right, I mean, yeah, half of that isn't even true, and you know that. Don't be so modest. Well, look, I can't leave the bar and the other people picking up shifts. I'm saying it has to be you. Well, okay, fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over on the Greenway, I think, all that fresh air, open space. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still, the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Well, I think, Ankita, sorry, but your money is going to go towards not building a ship mine. It's actually going to go towards me buying passage over the Greenway. I can't do anything right now. I don't need to eat at this point in time. And the point is also that I don't have a timer, I believe. Oh, not good rolls. I don't have a timer for this one, so that's fine. Which means that I'm not in a hurry to get the ship mine, and when these guys come back, I need to be making very, very sure that I hook up with them when they do. Get the final one for, hopefully then, 40 chips, or cryo, which is far less than the 100 that she gave me. So I should be fine. I should, however, eat. And, well, no, I shouldn't eat. No, don't be stupid. I shouldn't eat. I should do this. I should sunbathe. There we go. Only neutral, but it gets me 2 points. Right, fine. We are gonna spend some money, because I have it, to go to Greenway. So, the Founders Ferry takes me over. So now we can leave, and now we can click here. Do we need to... Oh, is that like a... No. That was a bit weird, I had to do that, but whatever. And indeed, as you step onto the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. It's Eshe! Or Esh. Eshe? Esh? I don't know. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Okay. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head, before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, well, fine. Okay, well, tell her to be careful next time. And they laugh. Does she look like someone who can be told? Well, I have no idea. Cautious XPR spacer. What the hell that is? You are a stubborn XPR. XPR. Peek! Ash stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at air, pointing out the corridor to whatever, and she's rushing too. Peek raises their arms at you. Ash, please, do you want everyone on this station to hate us? They want to hate us, they can hate us. Well, not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up the damn cordon. Okay, hold on, what cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. The station isn't Hawthorne, and everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. And she sighs. I'm not saying they are part of the administration, but I am saying we need to get those supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. So what the hell is the Briar? Our ship, apparently. Oh, bloody hell. Peak, what are you doing? We are with the refugees, the ones having our ship cordoned off from entering the station. The ones that are being quarantined, says Eshe, in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while the right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. Quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Oh, she's right. People are trapped out there, and we understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. But as she turns away, burning anger, a palpable force in the close quarters of the corner. Bloody hell, they don't like it. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Okay, well, yeah. That's difficult, I suppose. And Peak forces a smile. Peak, please. Ash, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. Come find us. The climbing Briar is docked at the Broken Spoke past the Greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, and though we are keeping our distance for now, come help us. Cool. Waving goodbye. A moment later, as she shouts back down the corridor, don't bother coming empty-handed. You want help? Show us. Bring supplies. I do have scrap components. Is that supplies? I don't know. Alright, and then they go away. A refugee flotilla. Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. And yes, I'm very much not with the administration. Thank you very much. So, we have the Founders Ferry. This is how we get back. We don't need to worry about that right now. Now we are going to start working on this place. So now there's a whole bunch of new things. So that is their ship sitting out there. So the first stop is the Greenway, indeed. So here we need to sort of understand what the hell is going on, and that's what we need to sort of begin with. We have... so annoying. We have an Endure +1, but it is also a Danger one. This one is more easy. Walk the Greenway. Yes, just go in and do the thing. I mean, I'm gonna go for that, I think. But actually, it doesn't matter which one you do. You still get to go in green anyway. So this one is good, because it means that we're not going to get a negative. We're kind of neutral, using some energy for that. Nah, let's not do that. So let's keep checking. Oh, we also have farm stacks. So, work the stacks. This is what we kind of need to do. That is a safe one. That is nice. I can steal, which I can do, but we should have higher dice in if we're going to do that. We can also barter for food. We don't need to do that. Let's work a little bit. Does that lead to anything? Negative outcome. Oh, sorry. Why did I do that? I didn't need to do that. We're not building up anything here, are we? Only the thief. That is basically if we fail, that fills up, obviously. But this is just working. I don't need to do that. Haifa commune. Here we go. This is the thing. This is what we need to do. So this is where we get the stuff. Work the canteen. That's for money. We're gonna try this one. No, we're not. Do we have... Where is the... We have a Greenway gate. I don't have the thing for that. Also, it doesn't look like the hunter's here. There's also a little bit like black here. Yeah, there's interesting. Can't do anything with that right now. We also have, what's this? Gather scrap, right? So we can just get scrap. But again, dangerous. I have a 1, even with the +2, it's still very bad. Okay, so we rolled a little bit not favorably to do anything really. Is the hunter? Yeah, the hunter is still very much on us, so I shouldn't really be doing anything with that, which means that, what the hell do I do? You know what, I'm just gonna spend it on trying to sunbathe. What happens if it's negative? I don't know, let's see. Well, I got a neutral, so that's fine. Right, we're down to 4 dies, which is okay. And we're gonna soon have Ethan to worry about too. And that's... It's not perfect, but it's, at least it's not once. It's 2 cycles left for Ethan. It is 1 cycle left for Sabine. It is a lot of cycles left for the Rotunda. But that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna go back over here. And I don't know why they've done it like this. Couldn't I just shift over? Farm sector, no, it's the Haifa commune that we're interested in, because we need to work the grow beds. Let's see if I can do this one and not have a negative one. There we go. A lot of Haifa member and energy, but... Right, we need to... Right. Well, of course, we need to work our way, and I should have remembered that. So we're just gonna... This is what we need for, like, both entities as well as the thingamajig. Do I want to spend a 6, though? That doesn't seem smart. I do have a new drive. New drive is... What? Ah, right, probably the join the Haifa commune, yes. So that's an easy point. Now, was there anything here? Well, yes, I can steal a harvest. I mean, it's a safe one. Let's do a bit of stealing. What do I get? I get a... I did not need 5 energy. Why is it just energy? Well, I suppose it means that I eat something. Oh, okay, fine. Well, that was a bit of an underwhelming day then. Cycle. But fine, let's go back home, and we have a few things to do in the next cycle, so that's a-okay. Let us see about Sabine. I know a little bit of... 1, 1, 2, 2. For the love of God, game. I had full energy as well. Should I get better stuff? Right. Sabine, we're back. And indeed, 4 cycles have been said, and here you are. They should be here. Well, let's check the door first, I suppose. You pace back and forth around the apartment. The rumbling of the station is suddenly so present and loud, you go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. Oh, am I actually in the apartment? Ah, you wait a while in the apartment. Okay, I thought I was... Okay, never mind. Checking the terminal. Nothing. Pale glow silence. You try to settle down to wait. Where the hell are they? I'll knock on the door. Why would Sabine knock on the door? I should not do anything. Chill out. Well, there is Arabia. Loyal Yatagan lieutenant. Well, bloody hell, he has a poker. That's gonna go well. A flash, small, impossibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly swings open. A figure stands at the door, and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper. Well, of course she knows me. That's a good sign, right? Good to finally meet you. What, may I ask, are you doing here? Well, let's just say I'm waiting for a friend. I do like that stay silent is very often an option. I don't know why you would stay silent necessarily. Yes, just waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. And I suppose you're here to help. More like get helped, I suppose. No, not really get. Rather, not really help anyone else. What then? Opportunist? Even better. Spins the baton on her fingers by her side. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for. But yeah, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at the little hidey hole, and here you are. Is there a hidey hole if you have provided it for her? He looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less. Which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. Okay, what the hell do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners, S and ARP. Well, Maybe not that unexpected, because of course she did recognize us as being a sleeper, presumably indeed because she has worked with sleepers in the past. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Okay. Prove it. Happily, she crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal, touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. That is a very interesting baton. It can do a whole lot of stuff, huh? In the flicker of files, you see SNRP, letterheads, and code forms, reports a ladder with medical data marked with a corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. It's just company stationery. Bloody hell. Rabia steps away from the... I'm gonna call her Rabia. Or Rabia? Rabia? Rabia. Look all you want, some of your files might even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNRP employee, why did they help you? Well, because probably she felt bad about all the bloody sleepers and how they were treated. Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its vicious, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. Well, of course, we will of course keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. Hold it between your fingers. For a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object, for the power it has over you. I'll ask the shear to make those a little cheaper for you. You'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it to the side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. Slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. So not that bad, huh? And not only that, we got a thing, a point. And also, there's a timer here. We have an appointment in 2 days, apparently. And let's have a check. It was 100 before, now it is 80. I did not remember that. I will say that. I did not remember that. So, good thing that I didn't spend the money before. That was smart of me, I suppose. I say smart. Again, I didn't even know, so... right. 1, 1, 2, 2. I mean, none of that is good. Do I... Well, first and foremost, I don't do anything because I want to come up here. Which one is most interesting? Agent notes to give it double data rewards. That is interesting. When I was just saying, oh, maybe I should go into the data area and get a whole bunch of stuff. But if I can get that before I do that, good. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice, even when the condition is breaking. I don't intend condition to break. All cryo actions are discounted by 20. That is not bad either. Which one of these am I more interested to get up to +2? Because, like, okay, fine, I may not be interested in the hard to kill skill or whatever, but +2 I could be interested in for endure. Is there any of these that I am... oh, see, I kind of want this, I think. Right, this is what I was wondering. Why the hell do I not know what's going on? Because I don't have predictive reasoning. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, we're gonna keep saving points from now on, but I do want that one. It's just a very nice thing to have. Right, let's get over to the Greenway again. And I'm gonna have to just try. I'm just gonna have to wing it here, and hopefully... Basically now, here we go. So we know that if I fail... Alright, if I get a negative, it's +1. If I get either neutral or positive, I think it's +3. Or... I don't know. Or is it +2 for the neutral? I don't know, because I just got a positive. But that's good, because now we're actually gonna do it. We're gonna be a member. Neutral was +2 indeed. So there we go. We have become a member. And I got a dry point, but I'm not gonna do anything with that, because now we are saving up for these. So I only have the one, that's fine. So, hello, Rico. You head down the Haifa compound, following a blue painted line that's labeled Laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd asked to see you, but you have still no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door and through the glass-roofed chamber, where a network of stems and leaves filters the sunlight coming through a ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Gotta be honest, this is a much nicer place than the starting area. You know, it's a whole bunch of green stuff. So peaceful, isn't it? Says Rico, who is head of Haifa Botany. Welcome to my sanctuary. Come, let's talk. So, okay, what's this place? These were processing centers for the agriculture of the old corporate station. I'm Rico, I run the botany program at Haifa. Now, what the hell is Haifa then? She looks surprised. You've been working in the compound for a while now. I'm surprised you don't know more. Well, I was only working. No one told me anything. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway, is what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here. We feed each other. We work for each other. Then she walks away from the bench and waits for you to follow. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth, is a kind of a miracle. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? Well, most likely they die. Eventually, yes, they cannot live without intervention, but here they endured. Actually, no, they thrived. Look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. Indeed, they look dominant and strong. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae, tanks to feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which to harvest, or rather from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlin himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. I instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner systems, and small-scale agricultural systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet, here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. We found a jungle. And yes, indeed. Have you actually seen what Haifa what Haifa actually is? Is it a company or just some sort of indeed commune, just a group of people who happen to fall under a banner? I don't know. It's every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark mines that surround them. Condensation clouds the light from the highest. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers in the shiny of shops. So, how the hell did this happen? That is exactly our question. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. And perhaps Solstheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plans or built new systems buried deep below us, or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. Okay. Me? I just work here, damn it. Yes, you. These halls run deep, sleeper, and I'm getting old. Okay, so do I tell everyone that I'm a sleeper, or does everyone just know? I suppose it possibly shows. Maybe. Whatever is causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. Sleepers are hardy beings, I know that much. You can speak to the eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never can. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. And if I don't want to... I don't think she's actually pressuring you, man. Okay, I'll try. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Leads me back to the huge chamber. She's a little slower now, stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can. It's good to have you blood in the commune. Many of us have been here a long time, and a few come through. You go to leave, come back if you find something, sleeper. There are discoveries to be made. Lovely. So that is now opened up, indeed, the Haifa labs. So I can deliver spores, but I need the spores first. We have the Haifa dorm, where I can inject stabilizer Oh, right. Oh, I was about to say, what the hell is this? No. I can live here. I don't have to go back to my other place. So that's a fine thing. But what's more important is, where the hell do I get the mushrooms? Where the hell do I get the mushrooms? Hold on. Where do I do all of this? Because that's there. There's nothing over there. And I don't assume I'm gonna do something in here because I need the key thingamabob. I mean, it ought to be here. But this doesn't get me anywhere. This is just money. That's just food. Is it in here? Oh, right. I need to do this, right? Not with my ones. What can I do with my ones? Do I just challenge the hunter again? Can I? I should be able to challenge the hunter again, but I might like suffer a bit for it. Yadagon. What do I have? I have a whole lot of Havanash. Hold on. We had a keynote. You know what, Mr. Hunter? Let's have a chat, you and I, shall we? Let's have a chat, you and I. And no, apparently on this occasion, the hunter doesn't want to chat. Well, ain't that lovely? Let's just do this then. There we go. Got some extra data. I mean, that's something, I suppose. You know what? We can now live a little bit in the green way for a moment or two. We don't need to sleep back at home. So let's send the cycle and hope for some better dice, thank you. Not 1122. You get... better, not good. Better, not good. Ethan! Okay, miss me. You know what? I'm just... he looks a little bit ragged, doesn't he? He does look a little bit ragged. You know what? Not that much, though. You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. That's no way to greet an old friend. You know what? Screw off. That's how you say it, right? His face drops along with all pretense of friendliness. I think you'll want to hear this, sleeper. I think you really want to hear this, okay? Doubt it. Ethan ignores you. Of course he does. This is a big, really big stuff about you. What the hell do you mean? You remember how SNR cancelled the contract? The contract I was going to collect? Seriously? Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? Lost everything. But let's not worry about that. What do you mean lost everything? You didn't have much to begin with. Anyway, he smiled sarcastically, and so, what did you think? That was it. Well, I was basically as glad to be done with you, for the most part. Oh, the feeling was mutual. Except, he does a dramatic pause. What if old SNR gave the bounty to someone else, someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly? What a disaster that would be. Okay, well, hold on. Most likely you are just bluffing here. Sure, you could think that, but then you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. If you could think, which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'd be thinking, oh, I wish I'd listened to Ethan. Okay, I kind of like Ethan to some degree, but also not. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down, and it turns out SNR cancelled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job, not even a contract. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland, or something. See, that's the ship that we scrapped, isn't it? It was smuggling the sleepers out from under SNR's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Yep, that's the one. They call him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget, okay? The Winter Light, you mean? That's it. So you do know about all this. You'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. I don't think you have a whole lot to offer me. Ethan runs his hand through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you're in need of action. Okay, so you know what? What's the pitch here? I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. No shit, Ethan. The owners. Double no shit, Ethan. They say they'll space me unless I work up to that. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Seems that they are that kind of businessman. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. It's pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Well, yes indeed, then work it off. You should be glad that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Okay then. What did the wall ever do to you, Ethan? Also, you came all the way out to the Greenway, huh? Did you have the money to get here? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and barking that thick skull of yours. You think I want to go up against that guy? But us, he yaps a finger between the two of you, we don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. Okay. You know what? I shall think about it, Ethan. A 50-50 deal? Maybe. Okay, I'm at the compressor every cycle working. What's you just... that you're doing... Ethan. Anyway, just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed SNR shit on his way here from the core systems. That should give you the motivation you need. Can't wait to be working with you. He shouts back at me. Well, ain't that lovely? You drive as well. So that is gain Ethan's protection should we want to. Not the main focus though. So where were we? We were here, right? We need to fill this up. Now with a 4 I can get up to no negative. So that's good. +2, neutral. Using energy, that's fine. What is minus is this condition? That is a bad negative. But I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Because just neutral is fine. Perfect. So we have gone green. Lovely. And we have yet another new drive. So here we go. I need +1 into it for that, so I can't do that. Collect spores over here, also into it, but not as bad. So that's how we do grow the spores for her. And then we have the, what was it? Did it say? The aviary. Birds. Well, I'll be damned. So this is Sunlit Refuge. Can I wait to show him by and stop the rot, and this place can be turned back into a garden of the sort. Do I need to do all of this? I don't remember having to do all of this. Not at all. Bloody hell, man. How much spores today? 3 spores for you. I am gonna have to do a little bit of sunbathing to just get Maywick. Maywick is on his way. You need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. I mean, is that the end of the game, sort of a thing? Not entirely sure, you know? Can't do a whole lot with a 1, that's the sad part. Well, we're down to 3. But I love it. Is there anything I could do that was like slightly cheap? Yeah, we do have a save here. Let's just do that one. 6 cryos, not much. But you get 11s, that's fine. So yeah, 6 cryos if you have a negative outcome, so that's kind of good. Because I do need the stabilizer in just a few cycles. Nothing too bad right now, but okay. Now, what was it that I needed for the guy? Hold on. Wait, what was it that I needed for the thing that I have now forgotten? I just completely ignore that. Havenage offices. Right, we can sell these, but we absolutely do not want to do that. This is just to get money. Where the hell is... Did I... Wait. Forgotten this name. The guy with the history. Oh, all right. I have not missed this. I do need to remember this. Where the hell did he go? Hold on. Extract the path. Yeah, Feng. Here we go. Hack a Havenage agent to get a cipher. Ah, Havenage. Oh. Right. Havenage agent. Hold on. That I can do. Havenage agent. Okay, well I got a 2, so that's fine. But isn't that like what I've... Isn't that what I've got? Okay, well, we shall do this. No, that is a cipher. Gotcha. So we did that. And now what? Oh, here we go. No, that's Rabia. Oh, right, Rabia. To talk to her too. Okay. So... Yes, what's my business? No, a heavy hand, not Rabia's hand. Right, someone else. An enforcer. Cool. Same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro. Gia, please, the sleeper's here by my invitation. Rabia's command hand immediately loosens. Of course, Rabia, I'm instincts. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. And Gia also walks away. So, sleeper, you came. Well, you know what? It didn't necessarily feel like an offer. To be honest, I'm sorry for that. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit. And... What are you not receiving? Something happened. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you talking about? Hold on, let me check that everything is looking fine. No, everything is not looking fine. Well, what is going on? Okay, so now there's some buffering. Why is there buffering? It's looking solid. Looking solid. Or stream status. I don't know what I can do about it. Okay. Well, as I said, I don't really know what I can do about it at this point in time. Because it's looking good. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep on going, I think. I mean, my connection is looking solid. I don't know. I'll keep going. Anyway, yes, I wasn't sure where we stood. More than a few people on the station would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you were one of them. Okay, well, I wish you no harm, so far. I'm glad. So what do you know about Yadagon? Well, apparently they run the low end. I think I have understood as much, yes. So that sounds impressive. Run out of the low end, yes. We don't run it. And our reputation is one that implies a threat, is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. Well, when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye, a policeman who makes the laws here? Well, supposedly no one. This is true, the eye is lawless, so it is up to us all to make it work for us. But I imagine you think that's a good thing. I don't think my character has really thought about that much. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands. And keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned, and the moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlen, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they had hoped. Indeed, Erlen's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized in their hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadagon is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future. Provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from a birth I have worked to earn it. And indeed, she cashes herself a bit. And okay, then we just sort of walk in silence. Okay, so what the hell is what is my part in all of this? I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge, so I believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. Well, yes, I could see myself helping out with that. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. Well, has she actually said anything like directly bad about Yadagon? I remember that she did. It's not like outright, like Yadagon bad, because, well, she was working for them, even though she might have been, you know, persuaded to work for them. It's not like she was horrible in that position, I would assume. So you know what? We're probably cool for now. I will be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadagon, an ex-corporate employee. It goes against her nature. But her deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yadagon has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support, and betrayal will be treated as an attack. But, yeah, you can also again ask about Yannick. But yeah, Sabine was trapped, desperate. Many of the IR, Sleeper, I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. And Sabine did, however, find something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape their debts. They would have said anything. But where are they now to stand behind their claims? Well, I shall find them, as will we. Okay, we're back up to the staircase. Okay, where we met. You are free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish. There will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yadagon, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as other frame us. As for Sabine, I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. And with that, she basically leaves. And you know what? Here's a point. I mean, yes, Sabine helped me a bit, but that's the extent of our, you know, connection. It's not like I have really anything to... I don't have a... What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, I don't need to be on her side. As such, I think. Alright, then let me just double check everything here. 3 cycles for that to get another ship mind fragment. I would like some money though. Question is, what is the best bet? I can get 15 cryo here. That is with a positive, which I can get. You also need spores. Oh, you also need spores. 3 of them. Bloody hell. My ear is a bit. My ear is a bit. Spores there. Now that I can see what I can get, 19. But that is only if you are positive. And I am not. Bloody hell, stop clicking escape. So that's that. We do want to actually do this. Low ender for playing Tavla. that is just energy, but we stop pressing escape. So 19 currently is the absolute most I can get. I just want to check like where is the best outcome for money. 16 over here, which is a good one. That is a safe one. These were, none of these were for making money though. High for last was that, high for commune, that is just energy. And then we had over here, yeah, okay, you know what, we're just gonna work over here. We are gonna work farm stacks, right? Yes, just work a bit here. And this, okay. No, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna steal. I realized that basically what would happen here is I would do that, I would get the 16, but then I would just pay the 16 to get food, when I can just steal it with a 100... No, stop it, wrong button. When I can just steal it without any negative outcome. There we go, full up. Perk Thrill Seeker. No, that was right. Thrill Seeker, what is it I get from that? Ah, even more energy. Not that I needed it, but thank you. Is there any chance that I can... Oh, shoot. Do I... Okay. This is spores. But that is your roll caps, which is what Memphis needs. I think I need to do Intuit +1. Oh, damn it. Okay, well... Where is my focus right now? Also, hold on. I've done this. Oh. Right. Hold on. I should... See, I completely forgot about how all of this sort of stuck to, or rather fit together. What do we do now? Now I go here, I whack in this thing, start the action, whack the thing in. There we go. Leave that. Now, Havenosh Porch. Get the Ripper worming. See, I remember things. Because if I can get my thingamabob out, that would be quite nice. Shipyard servers slotted. Got it. We need to do anything else? I don't think so. We go out. Bang. Bang. Do we need to wait for you now? Could have done that way earlier. Right. Avanash, no. Okay, so still 3 for that one. My focus ought to be over here. But I do need the money. See, I think I just have to work. And we can do that very efficiently here. So that gets us up to 80, which is exactly what I need. We're not gonna, for the same, or in the same way as before, we're gonna wait 3 more cycles until we're at the lowest, which means that we are gonna just have 3 dice for a while, but that's hopefully fine. But yeah, okay, in the 3 cycles, a lot of stuff is gonna happen. So that's lovely. Very nice dice. I have the money. I can get the, let's say, free now. I'll go to the farm stacks. I can get the free super good health. So maybe don't worry about that then. You are the latest one, so you don't get precedence. The person who gets precedence is Tala with the still. So we are gonna do this. I should get either 1 or 2. Got 2. So that means I can do this one. Can lose a bit of energy, but that's not too bad. Got the neutral, so that's perfect. We still have 1 dice. Lovely. Tala! We have stuff for ya. Let me also just double check that we're, yeah, looking good here. Overlook bar. Here we go. Spores for Tala. 3 of them. I really hope that this is gonna get me somewhere, like somewhere interesting. I would very much like to see that it does. So here we go. Final thing. They are so cute, says Tala. Her excitement is infectious. Hopefully not spore-like infectious. That would be very bad. Right, so now we're waiting. First batch. Ooh. Tala has locked herself away in the back room while she focuses on this distilling. She won't let anyone in or out. Ooh, okay. She won't let anyone out. I mean, she's the only one there. So she won't let herself out. Cool. So that's fine. You are still not interested in interesting. That is just to get stuff. Buy scrap right now. I don't feel I need to. Okay, so I can get the +1. I do have the +1. Because, see, I kind of want to do Enfys. He wants literal Girol caps, right? Yes. Literal Girol caps. I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna. Oh, for the love of God, I'm going all the way. Okay, fine. It wasn't my intention. It's gonna stay there, though. I'm not gonna go higher, I don't think. Unless there's something really, really important to do. But now we can go here and we can do this with a +1. That is not a problem. So there's 1-year-old caps. We need to do 2 more of those. So how about we hopefully get some good dice. Do I have the odds with me? May my odds be in my favor, etc. Not perfect. Not perfect. A 4 is fine. That is fine. I don't think we can we even get more than 1? No, that was, I think, a positive. We have 2 now. We need 1 more. Do I risk it? That is a dangerous one, though. Condition down, which could be fine. Ah! Risk it for the biscuits. Good. The one that I have, though, I suppose we could try and get some data thingamabob, because the hunter is not really after us at this point. Enfys, my main man, it was some time since we chatted with you, but now it is time for us to not give you... Oh, we just actually gave all 3 at once on this occasion. So now he's also gonna do something. For the love of God, everyone's just preparing things. Feng's preparing. Tala is preparing. The dog is getting back. But the 1 I can't really do much there. So you know what? I have... What is this one? Yadagon. You know what? Screw it. Let's just get some Yadagon. Get some extra bonus there, which is lovely. I'm thinking... Now that I did the Sabina thing, I can literally just do this. Or a bit of cash. And with said cash... What do I do? Well, one thing that I am going to do right now, so I don't miss it, I am going to buy a thing. I'm going to buy a stabilizer, thank you very much. So that I have it. We will have 1 more cycle with 3 dice. I do not need to go over there, I have a home here, don't worry. Here we go. So end this cycle, 1 more cycle with 3 dice. That's hopefully fine. And once, yeah, now we're not looking too hot. Have you arrived? You have arrived. Can't I do that again? Why is it on a... Oh. I don't have to do it all, rather all over again. I just need to do it. Oh, that's very good. So really, I mean, I have... Is it 3 cycles that you're here? Yes, so I don't have to stress. Don't have to stress, but I also shouldn't forget about it. Fang, though, also a long time since we chatted to you. Let's go, Sleeper. Okay, where are we going, Fang? To see Hardinhurst. Isn't that what you're here for? Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped, well done by the way, tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides. Ooh. What if you've actually done the sidereal horizon thing? Which I haven't. I've literally just ignored that old business. Okay. Why are we confronting Hardinhurst? That's right, it's the perfect time. Okay, it's him, Sleeper. The same Hardinhurst. The worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. Wrote out the whole thing, slipped at the Havanage when it first broke off from the Union. Need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here running the station one day and the next Erlen's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher, people like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth of the station and water in their tanks. So, Fang, is this a vendetta by chance? Maybe. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop, and as the new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of shaking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up and dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of the station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2A, Dock 2. A young pilot, his ME overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified. The blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV, welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised cruise, trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Yeah, this is a vendetta, isn't it? They sealed it up though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart from shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. And that's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Okay, well, you know what? How the hell is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. The kind of power comes with certain benefits. Okay, are you saying that he gets like biotech or something to keep himself alive? Could be. Okay, well, it's a bit crazy, but you know what? My character doesn't say that. My character say, well, let's get going then. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. Okay, yes, we walked down a bunch of corridors, corpses, skeletal imposing. Knows exactly where it's going, indeed, and dry docked to the side of the sidereal horizon. And a network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, the sun is stretched out within vast space, so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Are you sure there's sound? Kinda looks like we're out in space. There shouldn't be any sound, but sure. But you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry. Hardin. You and Fangus say his name in unison, and Fangus is off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardinhurst, Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in rippling echo. I suppose maybe it's like sealed or something. They're working on like the inside. I mean, that could potentially be true. Yes? He looks like a boy. Looks like a tiny, tiny child. Senior Havelosh member. Glances between you, Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure why a sleeper might be in this place. Okay, so people know that I'm a sleeper. Gotcha. You are a traitor, Hardhell. The image doesn't really sync up with what's going on here. He's just chilling with his energy drink. You're a traitor, Harlan, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. You stand for everything that I was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlen stood for, everything Havenosh stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Well, good to meet you too, he says. You are from the Systems branch, are you not? Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Harden, his hands drumming at his sides. Harden leans towards him and says something inaudible. Okay, I can chime in, because I've been to the eye. Rather, the back of the eye, if you would. As you begin speaking, Harden turns his attention to you. What would a sleeper know about that? You accused me of being a corporate agent. What if you, and what are you, if not exactly that? Well, I'm not an agent. I have agency, but I'm not an agent. And you're a product of SNRP. You have no place in a Havenosh shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? Ooh. Good catch, potentially. Fang is also a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. Martin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? A members' meeting? Bloody hell. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow. Well, I suppose I am property, yes, and tries to turn my own men against me. And you hear now the echoing sound of boots on walkways from all angles at once. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. And indeed, boxy black sidearms bunch of security indeed. Pardon you, shithead. It's a shithead indeed. You can't wriggle out of this one. Okay, ooh. Fang turns and stares. Ooh, he draws a weapon, huh? Do I calm Fang down or go for the weapon? Can't I just let him do the thing? I'm not really the guy that calms other people. I'm more of a hands-on kind of person. As you move, Fang puts that on your shoulder, shakes his head and nods to security, and says, let's go. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up a pace, and I try to keep up. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings on his pocket and takes it out, so the slate of web of connections starts drawing itself out. Got him, mutters saying, ooh, what are you doing? Artemis do what any sneaky shithead always does, calling his friends. We're tracking us up, copying messages. Always our best, spooked and good enough, and they'll give the game away. So you have set a plate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Harden's buddies, the ones he is messaging right now. We are going to find them all. Ooh. So you were doing that on purpose, huh? Of course, Harden isn't working alone. We need a full set or nothing. We're better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. Now, how about my little tracker, huh? And no, he just leaves. Okay, so now we have a point, but I only have 1 point, right? Yes. So, when does he come back? All right, we have, is it 4 cycles? Yep, 4 cycles out of office. Stop pressing escape. Right, now, how much money did I get there? 15, which is not as much as over there. So everyone's just working on their thing, so should I. Still don't really care about the Haifa thing right now, so I think for the most part I'm going to be working. I'm also starving. I mean, that's not perfect, but I don't think I can get the negative out. Oh, crap. Right, neutral outcomes boost the thief as well. Gotcha. Oops. Well, let's have a little bit of work for a positive outcome. Good. We don't need the food right now. Make sure that we are at 6 when we do that. Gotcha. Spores, risky, but you know, a little bit of minus energy isn't so bad. Ow. Okay, it's very bad. Oh, that's lovely. Now we are gonna pop. I forgot that I got one for free. Oh well. Damn it. Right. Body repaired and everything, and the cycle. We are gonna have to go and buy the ship mind fragments now. 80 for 2. I don't think there's any reason not to do all. We're at 40. But that's fine. You know what? On this occasion, we did get a 5 and a 6, so I can do the 5. That shouldn't give me. If it should get me. Whabam! All up in the sky, so to speak. Let's do a bit of work. Only 11. You know what? I'm gonna chance it a bit. Negative only 6, but it's a safe one, so there's no real negative. 2 negative in a row. Bloody hell. But we are gonna go and do at least. I know I ought to do. The Neo Vendor thing. Stop pressing escape. The Neo Vendor thing, but I don't think I want to. So we are gonna go here. We are gonna buy ourselves a ship my fragment. We do want to buy the other one too, but I wonder, it's this cycle and the next cycle, but do we have yet another cycle? Or is it when this fills up, it's over? I'm not sure. We have a ship mine fragment, or rather we have 3, so now we can jam 3 in here. We can get a ship mine and we get it to Ankita. Oh, also we have, oh, right, now we can get something interesting. So, I think I should just go for the haggler to get even low, because we are buying a lot of stuff. The instant I don't want to go for more into it. That was not my intention, but a re-rolling of all dice once per cycle. Sexy. No, I think I am going to go for the engagement and the interface. That is what I think I want to do. Get that one. Good. So now stuff is cheaper. This is now down to 32. Yep, 32. Good. But, here we go. We have 1 ship mine. So let's give Ankita the ship mine. She doesn't have to know that I took a lot of her money. That's fine. So let's see what she thinks about that. More points coming in. So you drop the ship mine core into the galley table with an emphatic bang. Holy shit, Sleeper. Did you just actually land a ship mine? Well, it's quite easy. All things considered, just buy the stuff. Well, shit, it might actually work. Where did you get it? You know what? I kind of built it. Built it? Well, you are full of surprises. Akita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got your new ship mine. I mean, now that I am reading this, kind of feels like I have done this. Oh well, it's fine. You have to admit, well actually, even if you do the grounded thing, you probably can get here anyway. Yes, I think that's the way it works. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. So take a look at this, a screen. You see a list of names and numbers, nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves, maybe. Exactly, well, the thief, singular, or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his pass stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founders Gap the very next cycle. Okay. I know about the Founder's Gap, I think, so how did you know? I know some of the crew over at the ferry, old mercs, used to run an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifest and there he was. He looks suspicious, he hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. They won't get far though, there's no real dogs out there, only a couple of yetis in the wastes. Okay, so what now then? Now I fit the ship mine, that's the first priority. But maybe you could help me out, okay? Just keep on going. It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you? Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. He would have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this, I get a calm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay. The thing is, I haven't got much left, so how about I tell the boys who run the fair to give you a well, I've already got the pass. Damn it, Ankita. I know it's not much, but once I grab this card, I'll pay up 200 cryo though. That's nice. Sure. Good, I owe ya. So I'm going to get this fitted into the Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, and let me know. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Stomps off and leaving me in the galley, glancing around, nervous, etc., etc. Well, yes indeed, the eye's full of surprises. So now we're gonna new drive. The drive is find Ashton. So yes, track Ashton, and right, what should my... I'm at 1, right? Yes. What should my focus be on? I've all but, like, ignored the side reel rise, and I think I'm gonna keep ignoring it. Yes, I suppose it is the Neo van, and I do want to buy this one. I only need a little bit, so you know what? How about I do this just to make sure that I don't miss it. We go here, we put in a bit of work. We're gonna get 16 cryo because it's guaranteed. There we go. Then we go back and we buy the second ship mine fragments so that we indeed don't miss out on it. Now it's cheaper, which is lovely. So there we go. Well, bam. And now it's gonna be some time until we can do that again, sadly. There should be other ways, if I remember correctly, to get more ship mine fragments, but don't really know right now what they are. Now, Ashton. Where could Ashton be? Probably the wastes. But that doesn't really do anything. Wild margins. There we go. Search for signals, look for tracks. I can do both quite well. So that is a whole bunch. Plus 3 for this one. So that's obviously the one that we're gonna focus on. This one is ticking up mercilessly, which I don't like. But it is what it is. So let's keep on going. We still have 5 dice for some time, and yes, I suppose you just do this one, right? Yes. So whack that in there. 1, 2, 2 is not great though. We're gonna get some signals. There we go. Now do I waste effectively? I think I do. I think I do this to get another 3, which leaves me to just 1 more. I mean, I could try it, I suppose. But you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna work. Because we're sitting at 8 cryo, which is not much. This is a safe job, which means that either we succeed or we don't, and it's fine either way. Not with the 1 though. It's negative, still money. Not with the 1 though. We are gonna check the eye thingamajig. We still have a lot of Havanage, so Yadagon, thank you. Bypass that, get a bit of extra cryo. There we go. Hunter is there. Hunter is there. But again, we're not really making... Oh, hold on. No. Shit out. Don't be too hasty now. Don't be too hasty. There are Emphys. Here we go. The Emphys is preparing their roll caps. He has had to heavily adapt the recipe, it says, but the smell is incredible. Lovely. He brushes and slices the mushrooms and then places them in the wok with a sliced bulb of the oil, caramelized there in that well-worn crucible. He has liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat, a sprinkle of leaves in the final touch. We have a moment, part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable. Perhaps it is a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit that you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive and that on occasion they come back to you, like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which, despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think of it familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how that wholeness slips away and leaves you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Emphys nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. Sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. Must walk to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. I hope it lightens you a little. And he passes you a bowl, and heaps the gyros into it, the yellow color mixing with the pale sauce in whirls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling. It warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It's a small mercy you think that as an art left you this pleasure. I was about to say you can't get drunk, but apparently enjoying food is still a thing, and yes, I mean, that's nice, I suppose. Many of the features of frames are there to simulate human experience, you know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experiences must be met. Gotcha. That is why you breathe even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are in excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power, so much is wasted. And yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. And as you finish, Emphys takes the bowl, last of his cleaning. He smiles at you. Lovely. And we exchange some nods and I'm back out in the bright market, fully energized. Lovely. And now, I think... Matsutake broth. Okay, in order to be for Matsutake broth, all it needs are 2 handful of Matsutake caps. So I'm gonna assume if we just move on back over to the green way, I do believe that that is something we can find if we now start doing this thing. So that is 1, 2, 3, so basically 4 positive ones. 4 positive ones would be enough, basically. So we can look into that, but I am more interested in this, I will say. And I think we can potentially get away with a neutral outcome there. Oh, hold on. Again, don't be too hasty. Don't be too hasty, we are on cycles, remember? Feng is... okay, fine. Feng is still 2 there. Still 2. Now, what was it that we need to do for if we need? Right, so I can clear Ethan's debt with engage, which is something I'm good at, yes. Was it still at 1? Yes. Is there anything that I know that I can do quickly? That's with Feng. Free Neo event, but we're not going to be able to do that unless I get some more ship mine fragments. And that is just going to keep on going for a while. Clear the aviary, it literally says there. Improve the overlook. Yeah, oh, right. Where are you on that? Hold on. 2 cycles on that. The sidereal ticket, we're not really there. Work for Arabia. Hold on. What can I do with you? Still, there's a lot of stuff. We have plus, that's just energy. Hold on. Ah, right, so this is either I can get some energy or I can get scrap components, which I ought to be able to do something with. But okay, collect tiles. Okay. I'm not sure I'm focusing on that right now. I think I'm going to focus on Ankita to begin with. It's a mission or quest or whatever you want to call it that I have done. But I don't fully remember. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see if we get some good stuff going here. Bit of both, basically. But it's going to be enough for me to do that, and that should be enough, I believe. Of course not. Okay, I'm going to try it. I have some tools that I can use. There we go, thank you. Gotcha. So we have the signal for this, and indeed, things are oddly quiet over here. Ahead stands a vast farm stack broken from its axis by rust or force. Stay with moss and algae. Lovely, this is where Ashen is hiding. You're pretty sure. Only pretty sure? Doesn't seem good. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you to your palm. Let's indeed call her. Absolutely not doing this by myself. And after a few moments you hear Ankita's sleeper. Have you located the target? Yes, come now. Ooh. What if I'm wrong? I'm never wrong. Copy, hold tight until we get there. Sure. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead the stars wheel with the motion of the eye. And your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. And now it is indeed a wilderness? No, what's it? Wilderness. Sleeper! You see the collapsed stack? Yeah, ooh, we can... I think so. No. Yes. Okay, you seem confident. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail if he's up there. He'll have eyes on that for sure. So let's keep to the undergrowth and work our way around. So she heads off towards the central spine of the greenway, and I'm following behind. Slow going, overgrowth meets the metal wall, etc., etc. Somehow she does seem to know where to go, though, which is curious. Then Ankita works her way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. She doesn't seem to be letting up. Indeed, up ahead there's a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around the side of a broken tank. Okay. Work your way up the slant of the tank, setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank where it meets the central drum and holds up a hand for you to stop. The vast drum is like a cistern with plants growing on all sides and the wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. Ooh, he's a sleeper, huh? In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there is an object. A cylinder is set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken open. Wrong. You look away. Nita doesn't look at you, she doesn't look at the sleeper, she fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind. Okay, well, who is that guy? You turn to Ankita to speak, but she's already gone. Drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. Oh, bloody hell. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Oh, so she has some sort of power armor sort of a thing then. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit. You hear a shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the shipmine and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right over their head. She screams at the wall of thanks. You shiver at the suggestion. You know what? On this occasion I shall stay silent. I'm going to be just a little bit selfish here. What if I can get a ship mind out of this? There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum, and then Ashton calls out. And there's Ashton, with something, apparently a sleeper, but like, coming down, Ankita, don't do anything stupid for God's sake. He appears, indeed, and drops the gun. He throws it down onto the moss as you lean out to watch. You see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton? You sicko. You sicko. You ripped my ship man for what? Some freakish experiment? Okay, Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires. Steady, Akita, it isn't like that. I needed a ship man. You have to understand, they would have died without it. It might be a bit controversial to take that ship mind. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you rip my ship mind and cripple my ship. I should put you down right now. Typical of you, Ankita, no curiosity. That's why I never ask for it, for your help. You only look after yourself. That sleeper up there, they're just bait, right, to draw me out. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them. Okay, I love them, and they were going to die. You would never understand that. Okay, he's now being a bit forward too. Don't do that, Ashton. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? Yeah, okay, so you know what? I suppose he did it for a good reason, but he basically... Potentially, I mean, okay, she says he left her for dead. It doesn't mean that she was actually going to die. But basically, he shouldn't really be in a position to decide people's fates, like at all. I needed Ankita. I needed them to survive. I'm going to take them now. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Ankita loses her grip on the connection. Stop, Ashton. It's a gun a little. Stop. Seeing it up their guard, he makes his move. A blur movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. You crawl back to the edge. Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Kita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, after drip after drip. Well, Ashton, you fool. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, of humanity. Just another broken object among other broken objects. While all around, living things grow and thrive. As she begins to say something, could potentially be sorry, but I am already gone. So basically, my character may or may not have disliked that a little bit. Could be. I mean, I was looking forward to another ship mind, but... apparently that is not what we're doing. Now, go back, because we have things right. Hold on. No, one more for you, and you are gone, not even a thing. Okay, well, we might come back to that, and in the next cycle, we're doing stuff. We're doing the Overlook Bar, and we're doing Things Bay, so that's cool. Now, what do we do now? Still have... The ones are so pointless. I'm gonna take that Intuit thing, aren't I? To be able to re-roll, because... Oh, what am I doing? Come on, I wanted to go across. I believe that is what I'm gonna do. We'll see. I mean, I do have the safe job here, which is that, coin flip. If I fail, I get 6 cryo anyways. I mean, that's fine. Don't need the energy right now. Do I? I'm thinking about focusing on Emphis. Or is that stupid? Can't do anything with Fang right now. I haven't also checked in with you guys, by the way. Should I check in with you guys? You also want your roles. Okay, gotcha. And that is right. I maybe want to do this. I haven't really decided on this. I remember that this exists now. I think I'm gonna focus on like the main plot, if you would. So Memphis. You know what? I don't think it's a bad idea to do this. It is safe. So we can get a 100% positive. And then we can get a potentially positive with no negative. I got the positive though. That is a good outcome. Not gonna lie. We're gonna sleep, and indeed, in the next cycle, we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff to do, which is lovely. Do I still have 5 dice, or am I down to 4 now? Down to 4, but what 4 dice? That is very nice to see that. Right, so we now have, well, we still have a long time before we need to do stabilizer. And let's see, we start with the important one, which is Feng, obviously. So, it's been more than a few cycles, and the silent since has been noticeable. Cool. And if we won't come to you, you think you, well, if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the building, then it's time to come to him. He did indeed want to, or promise to fix the tracker, and he still hasn't. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, a light pouring out of one dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in camouflage security fatigue step out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Let's approach said person. And as you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. Not good. And would you believe it, it's Harden. You again. Harden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance, so calmly that you barely notice him. And he has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. Okay. Harden, I say. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We all have the evidence. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. Spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? That was his job. Tells you nothing. Indeed, it tells you absolutely nothing, I think. But you know what? No, that was actually his job. And what would you know about jobs, Sleeper? Well, I've done a lot of them, so I think I would. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you're light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blind conviction of self-interest. And you know what? Feng is absolutely anything but selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's tried to do to the institution they helped found. Say that. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the first union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hardworking, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Ah, yes, the true citizens. What are they then? Havenage aren't a gang like Yadagon. We aren't pirates like half the spaces you'll meet in a hub, or esoterics like those hi-fi radicals in the... Hi-fi radicals? Yeah, so radical to just believe that, you know, plants are good. So radical. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We need the early eye, Sleeper. This is our station, so please take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. And of course, we're gonna say, Hardin, you shithead. Take a good look at yourself, Sleeper, before it's too late. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. And with that, they clear out. And as they do, something catches your eye among one of the service stacks, a crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. Take me to tab 4. Be careful to pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, thing? Bloody hell, man. I'm never gonna get rid of my bloody tracker, am I? Now we go to Tala. Okay, are you done now? It's ready. Ooh. Can I try? Obviously. She drags me back to the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala's already pulled up a couple of stools on the metal crate, and I haven't even tried it yet. Ooh, she's a bit nervous though. I mean, obviously, she wants it to be good, you know. So she hands me the glass. Cheers! You knock the glass back. The first sensation is burning. A sharp nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. Strong stuff, huh? You got the drink back, and it's only then behind the burn that you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood, and the soil, left behind like sediment, barely there. Well, we can say it is strong, or I like that none of the options are like, that's good. No, it's just, it's strong. Okay, but it's that good or not. It's terrible, or not bad, actually. Like we were expecting it to be bad. So, it's a bit strong, huh? Woof, that was heavy. Okay, well, honestly, it's bad. No, it has promise. You think? Wait, I have an idea. So, okay, grab some metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and has a few drops of water. Okay, try again. This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. It is very, very good now. Okay. She pours more Girol, more water, actions already taking in on the quality of a ritual. Anna tucks her feet up beneath her, on the stool, folding her legs. So, okay, it's on your mind, Tala. My father opened this place, you know. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. Okay, so refugees probably. From Sinsa, yeah, it's one of Ember's lesser moons. I thought Ember was a moon. I don't know. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantayan. But he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. And these past few cycles, when I've been here, I've been thinking I should rename the place the Bantayan. You know what? What does it mean? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe. Look out. Let's listen then to the Bantayan. I didn't really actually say that you should, but sure. Still harsh. Oh, sleeper, I totally forgot. He lurches over the corner of a room, covered with a plastic sheet, and whips it off like a magician performing a trick. And beneath is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen. Why do we need a kitchen? We'll see. She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the roll. I was thinking too that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the the Bantayan. Do you like it? It is perfect. I'm sorry, I'm just so glad that you're here. Oh, with a hug and everything. Lovely. Me too. Maybe not exactly what my character would be doing, but on this occasion, I'll allow it. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. And later, Tala comes back through the bar. You share a glass of the good Girol, the one she didn't distill. And this time you talk about nothing in particular. Cool, discussing places to eat, etc. Emphys, obviously. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts you'll be working the coming cycles, and slip out in the cool of the rotunda. And I feel a bit homey here. Now, drive complete, good, but talking about Emphys, could it be you say, hey, Emphys can come work here. But okay, so basically, I would assume that if I do this, I get energy. I assume. Not entirely sure. We need to get the Fang business going because this guy is gonna come. And I don't know that I will be done by that time. Now where the hell is... Ooh, oh no. Is the Tambor in low end? So I think it might be. Well, I can fix that right now, I think. It's not going to be the... Ooh, oh, or is it up here? I understand that. I don't know, but this is quite easy. And I can basically do... Doesn't matter which one I do, really. Intuit engage. What bonuses did I have for these? Energy after engage. That's not bad. And Intuit was... Right, just that we got this. So we should do the engage one, so we can get... I'm full on energy, so it doesn't really matter. But it's also not risky, so we should just... Okay, you know what? I have good dice. I should possibly actually be able to do this right here, right now. I think that the No, the Tambor isn't here, is it? I might be wasting my dice now. I might be wasting my dice, but I'm gonna get it here, so it's fine. But like, I might be wasting my dice completely. But now I can go up. And now we have a bunch of other stuff, so that's nice. Freight operator. Save for 16 as well. Well, it's kind of the same as in the Haifa commune. Steal a shipment plus random items. Okay. I mean, could I steal a ship mine? Is that like a thing that can happen? Interesting. And we have the pass import export. Sell ship mine. I don't want to sell. Oh, right. Here we go. I can literally buy a ship mine core. Yes, exactly. I can literally buy one with 240. Which is nice. And I can export some stuff. Which is cool, but allow me to go up. And it's not going to be the thing. It's the hub and the center, so not what I wanted. Damn it. What can we get here? Weightless Wanderer. Okay, what do we get from that, I wonder? We're still basically doing exactly the same thing as I just did. I'm not gonna assume that the hell was the Tambor, I don't remember. I suppose the low end then. Okay, fine. So it's a bit of a miscalculation, not gonna lie. Alright, we're gonna leave. We do need to find the thing. That is the thing. Right. Click. Oh, didn't I do... Thought I did it. Okay, never mind. There we go. So I suppose we should be friends with low end, because it could be that that is where Tambor is. Not the most impressive roll of dice, but we are +1 on Intuit. Doesn't really matter for 3s. Positive, thank you. We're gonna have to spend neutral, spend a bit of money, that's fine. Spend a bit of money, that's fine. And with the 1, where are we on you? We can steal some Yaragon. Why can't I see if it's Yaragon? That is Yaragon. Let's steal some more of that. Thank you. Get out. Sleep again. This is... I feel very inefficient right now. Feel very inefficient, but it is what it is. So, starving again. See, now I want that re-rolling and I can get it. I do have 2 points. I didn't really want to have this. Because again, I don't want to like fall into... sorry, this one. I don't want to fall into what I've done before, but I've actually taken no engineers. I suppose I've done that at least differently. But you know what? I want this. There we go. I want to be able to re-roll because this is horrible. But the 4 is fine. So the 4 is fine. We play some stuff. And with a re-roll, thank you. Potentially I can get a positive. Really not that much better. But I was a bit lucky. Thank you for that. So, have I opened up the Tambour Tea House? Thank you. With a new... Oh, what did I get now? Build a home. So there is a unit in the low end. Right, that's a thing. Hand in the gun box. There we go. Thing, what the hell are you doing? There he maybe is. A hand falls on my shoulder. There's Feng, looking a bit different. Sleeper, how did you find me? Well, you know what? Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the hardware. Don't worry about that. He has no idea what to do with it. Good thing, I suppose. The Feng guides you down the set of stairs to one of the Tambour's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. And he sees me looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. Gotcha. Mushroom tea? Is that a thing? Depicts a booth, itself fashioned from some old savage tank or container. Don't suppose you have seen any Havenosh types? They don't usually come out this far. Yeah, you know what? Only you. Ha! Not anymore, I'm afraid. Suspended without appeal. Turns out Hardin has someone's ear. So it doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there. So, what am I drinking? Wait. Alright, he wants to wonder what I'm drinking. Right, cool. I shall look at the menu. Feng is right, the menu is ridiculous. There is at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. So he ran into Hardin, huh? Was he pissed? Feng doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erling would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. If Havenosh was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting, dare to mention true citizens. But I guess his kind run the place now. The young woman comes up, your order, and Girol needs Sambar Arak. Can't be infusion, you know what? What the hell is a Sambar Arak? Let's try it. Feng raises an eyebrow and she notes it. And you, she begins looking at Feng. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. So are you working here? Feng waits you to be quiet. Look, Jenna, let's just say it's my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Okay. Wave. He doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng, only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. Cool. What? You know what it is. We'll have to eat. Plus, this is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Okay, who the hell are you talking about? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators, and if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the eye, those are the people we have to find. So he's still settling his ways here. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. I set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through their access protocols and get that good stuff inside. We just have to find it first. Hence, me moonlighting as a waiter. And then he has an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I've had no matches in this place. With 2 of us, we can cover more ground. Okay, what am I getting into exactly here? Well, we need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Minji needs help with some deliveries. Are you talking about Minji Express? So you already know him. Perfect. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of your targets. So all you have to do is make some delivery shifts for old Minji, and soon enough we'll have the place covered. Fang, don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips. We're in this together, right? Well, are we really? Yes, you think Harden is happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on you. Well, I can probably agree on that one. This is on you too. Just head on up to Minji Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. If you manage to find anyone extracting the data, bring it right down to me. You have me on double shift, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Okay, cool. And then Jenna walks past. I don't think she's bringing you bringing your drink. I think it's time we call this meeting to a close. See you soon, Sleeper. Stay safe. So now, more drives coming in. The derelict unit. Do I care about that? I know I did when I played this last time, but do I care about that? I have so many places to live. Like, do I need? I mean, I would do it for the perk points, obviously. But other than that, is that the best use of my time? So we have indeed the thing, noodle manufacture for energy. Currently I kind of need. Express delivery, it is risky with engage. Okay, I can't do that right now, but we also have a new thing. Caster! Hello, Caster. Okay, this Caster, Sleeper, sit, okay. I shall sit. Is it a metal stool? Caster, he says. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps. Crudely sprayed white and black. We're playing some sort of game. Night, I suppose. Let's begin. You take a plastic die each, pitted and worn. Caster rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead, apparently. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks. Eye is not leaving. It is leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. And that's why I wanted to play you. Okay, I roll a 5 and a 6. Let's play aggressively. That's my thing. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. Okay. Talks, right, I target his counters, exposing my caps, sure. I don't mean to offend you, it's my eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? This acts a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. See the dice. Do you ever think about this, Sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Well, probably always, yes. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. The holy game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. And he leaps my wall in a single move. I don't know what you mean by leaping my wall, but okay. But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. And you split from them like a shadow splitting it from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. And you are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under casters before it solidifies control of the game. So what I'm curious about is how you see yourself in all this. What does this tangle of truths make you? I should say driven. Well, that much is obvious, Sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. But driven towards what? And is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rounds, attempting to get back in the game, but he clears his homeboard in a sense of the inevitable. You know, I feel I may have pushed too far. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. Roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. And you play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. We have much to learn from each other. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. Besides glint with the last word, to our mutual benefit. Okay, I'll see about that. Please don't, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. My intention is only to help you endure here, and if I'm able, feed my curiosities. The game is over. You notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. As they're nodding goodbye, as you do. Interesting guy. Didn't really get anything from that, but we have the table, and now we can just okay, we can give him 5 Yadigan business. Oh, okay, right. With 5 of those, I can literally get 1 stabilizer. That is, apart from, you know, the issue with the issue with the hunter, that is literally a free thing. And right. Well, ain't that interesting? You are the guy that could give me stuff. Hello, shipmind. Hello, free shipmind. Thank you. Now, here's a point. I might not want to do that with Neovend immediately. There is some sort of little thing in the back of my head that says that we might need more. I'll hold off on that for just a tiny bit longer. Not for too much longer, but for a little tiny bit longer. Was it here that I had like a safe one? You know what, I'm gonna do this on this occasion. Try to get a little bit of cash here. 10 there. Can I get another 10? No, sadly not. But I got 5 from that one, so actually plus 11. Good. We are starving, so we ought to. But no, we don't. Why would we go anywhere but Emphis Place? Of course, we're going to Emphis Place. Also, only 12 here, or 3, I believe. Right. Indeed. Good. So we're not at least starving anymore. Is it the case that if you're at 0 when you go to sleep? Also, there's some stuff here. Ankita, okay, we're gonna chat to her as well. Is it the case that if you do that, you get like a hit on these? I think that's the case. Ankita, you're back. Okay. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired and pale. Hello, Ankita. Sleeper. Sorry for what happened. Truly I am. I'm sorry you ended up in the middle of this when all you have shown me is kindness. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it's okay. If nothing else, because I think that my character would be okay. I've never... Thank you. I'll be preparing for... Look, can you come with me? It's easier if... okay, lead on. Leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains. Staying with wind. You try not to think of the last time you were here. With the image of the sleeper sprawled, twisted open, indeed hard to forget, you realize Akira is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Akita, and the smallest she's ever looked. She is looking right now. Okay, follow in. Follow Akita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the aperture of the tanks for the glint of a weapon or anything. She stops and looks down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt loosely covered with moss, and Aston's rifle stands straight as a grave. I buried them together. Both stand in silence for a while. You think of questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper. So, right, how long did you actually know this guy? He takes a moment to respond. He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected, he always hit his marks. Last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. He had a period of extended shore leave on the eye, and when he came back, he was changed. I assume he just had too much time off. He was right. I never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die, alone. Staff's not sure what to add. And indeed, you feel the gap between you, and as you do, it widens. Indeed, we are maybe not really going to be seeing much of each other in the future. And you both feel it, life creeping back and the silence ending. And we walk out again. Stand outside and breathe the fresh air, and that's it. She comes up behind me, and she puts her hand on my shoulder, and at least take this. It's what I owe. Okay? Take the chits, obviously. I mean, the ugly little things, you think. Well, they may be ugly, but they're gonna pay me and move me forward. So there you go. And indeed, you take the chits and turn away without saying a word. And you continue up the track and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your angers. The chits are heavy in your pocket. You hate them for reminding you how little a life is worth. I get an upgrade point. More importantly, I can now buy a ship mine, which is quite nice if I need it. Now I have 1 point, so that's not much we can do anything with. And I think I'm gonna do this. We're gonna re-roll the dice, and then we're actually gonna end this here little stream. There we go. We're getting some nice die to start the next stream with. We are gonna continue. We are gonna continue with this game. I'm gonna assume, depending on how well it goes in the next stream, no more than 2 more streams for this game, I think. I don't think the game is a whole lot longer than that. I'm probably not gonna like experience everything that the game has to offer. That's not like necessarily the focus here. The focus is literally just to sort of see how the game can end. I'm going to assume that this is a game that can end in multiple ways. I based that literally on what we are being told here. Leave the station, get protection, or disable tracker. I'm not saying that those are the options for ending the game. I'm just saying that, you know, there are going to be ways to end the game in multiple ways. Either by just simply staying here, just being here, or indeed leaving the station, or I don't know, multiple other options. But yes, in the next episode we're continuing, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it with Feng, but I think I want to try at least. I don't remember if I've gotten far enough to actually remove the tracker, but you know what, yeah, I think I do want to focus a little bit on him. And remember, we can also now get Yadigan data for caster to get stabilizer. That would be nice, not having to spend money on it. So I'll try to remember some of these things for next stream, which will be indeed again on the Tuesday next week. So hopefully some people will join me. We had at least 1 person, that was nice. Hopefully we can get a few more in the next week, hopefully. For now though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.